don't hear anything. I got nothing.
Somehow I ended up with mic 1. I'm not really sure how.
Good evening,
Oh,
basketball fans.
I hear stuff.
Welcome to the McClellan Gymnasium
Oh,
at St.
it just went
Mary
away.
Catholic High School. Tonight's
I hear
girls
stuff again.
basketball matchup features
Good.
the visiting Cardinals
Good.
from Pacelli High School.
It went away.
And your St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs. At this time, we ask those that are able to stand for a short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we ask you to watch over the players, coaches, officials, and spectators during the competition. We also ask that you help everyone return safely to their homes tonight. We ask this in your name. Amen. Mary, our patron and mother of us all, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask you to remain standing, remove your hats, and place your hand over your heart for the singing of the national anthem by St. Mary Catholic sophomore Audrey Weber. The WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner.
I hear stuff good now.
Sexist, ethnic comments or other intimidating and unsportsmanlike
Yeah?
Yeah, I can hear you.
directed at
Perfect.
officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives.
Okay, can you still hear me? All
I hear you.
Okay,
And are grounds for removal
just
from
have to keep an eye on it.
Thank you.
This is just an audio test, ladies and gentlemen. We're hopefully that everything's working right now. We're going to keep an eye on it. May have some audio issues. That's why there's 2 of us tonight. So when one goes out, we'll try to troubleshoot, but hopefully this will be the only issues we'll face tonight.
Casey Ballman. Junior, number 2, Katie Tilka. Freshman, number 22, Jaden Roy. Junior, number 24, Kaylin Yedner. Sophomore, number 33,
What's that?
Ella Bauer. Cardinals are
Enter.
coached by Allison Smedeker and assisted by Jake Elliott and Matt Stitt. And now, the starting lineup for your St. Mary Catholic
One of
Zephyrs.
the assistant coaches was named Matt. I'm telling you that.
Oh, is there an assistant coach?
Well, there was one last name Elliott.
The girl.
Junior, number 5, Lauren Hensley. Senior, number 11, Audrey Norvell. Junior, number 12, Dorothy Anderson.
Are we going to start right?
As soon as they're done, we'll start.
Sienna Anderson.
You can still hear?
Yeah.
Junior, Mark Horth, and Marcel Stevens. Our licensed athletic trainer, Brandon Nyberg.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to some ranked high school basketball action that we have here on Zaleski Sports between the number 1 ranked St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs and the number 12 ranked Pacelli Cardinals. Brendan Retzloff, Jack Weber here for this one, just about to get things underway here on Zaleski Sports. We welcome all you folks here for the tip-off. And beginning off the game is going to be the Cardinals with the basketball. Droik ended up collecting the tip-off. Vaughn. Pacelli works it around. I ended up interviewing with head coach Allison Smeglick for Pacelli early on in this one, and she said the keys in this one are to keep scoring in transition, just like that for the Zephyrs did right there, but also rebound the basketball, make free throws, and also limit the scoring coming from Audrey Norville, Emily Vogel, and Noli Anderson. A steal made by Anderson, puts it up and in, and it's 4-0 already for the Zephyrs.
Well, you said it, Brendan. I mean, this is a big aspect for any basketball game. You got to rebound and transition, and Cardinals catch a break right there. But more my point is that you have to take care of the basketball on both sides on the floor if you want to be successful. So
absolutely.
We're going to have to see how Pacelli responds after this nice little start here for the Zephyrs.
Zephyrs putting on this mid-court and full-court press on Pacelli right now to begin this one. So an unexpected pressure that the Cardinals deal with. Droik fires a 3, missed it. Got the rebound, though, is Yenter, and second chance points, really big thing for this Pacelli team.
Well, that's right there, that rebounding seen from Pacelli. That's what's going to make or break this game, as I said. That's a good job by Yenter to just come in and grab that rebound.
The 3 from Norville is banged, fired for 3 and money. 7-2 our score, 16:30 to go here in this first half, and a reach-in foul will be called here on Anderson. That's the first foul of the night. So to inbound is Vaughn. The no look past the Yenter. And this Pacelli team really young compared to the Zephyrs, who are made up of the juniors and a couple of seniors on that program. But for Pacelli, I mean, their starting lineup built off of a freshman, a sophomore, 2 juniors, and 1 senior.
Yeah, just adding on to that, Brendan, though, it is important to have senior leadership, with a player like Casey Vaughn, who really is one of the big focuses of this team.
High pass underneath, and Van Order wasn't able to put it up and get a good look at the hoop, but getting it back is Droik for the Cardinals. Yenter looks around off of the screen and at the free throw line, the J, and got it to roll right in there for the freshman, averaging around 22 points per game this season.
Well, freshman leadership is everything. I mean, some of the best.
And a quick steal, too. Droik was driving inside, and we're going to have a tie-up jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Zephyrs. 7-4, 15-23 to go.
I mean, you think about it. I know this is a little different, but just think about that college basketball team the Wisconsin Badgers had in 2015. You had seniors like Decker, Kaminsky. That's threes are going to fall that way. It's going to be a exciting game tonight.
Sienna Anderson was the one to make that three-pointer, and her sister Noli, she averages 12.2 points a game, 8.3 rebounds. There's 3 really big scores on this Zephyrs team. Off the pressure there was Elka, able to get it out and back to Van Order's hands. So Pacelli looks like they're going to reset things down by 6.
Oh, I mean, that defense for St. Mary's is really kind of, I don't want to use the word suffocating, but that's the way it's been.
I mean, they are all up in the faces of the red and blue of the Cardinals. Reach and foul, though, from Noli Anderson.
I do want to apologize for the clock. I thought I kept clicking start, but I actually kept clicking stop. So
tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with Pacelli here. But Pacelli's bread and butter to their team is to be able to get the basketball inside of the paint and score those paint points. And it's mainly in courtesy of their freshman, Jaden Droik. Ella Van Order is also another really great player of doing that. Yenter's the one who gets those boards, and really nice pass inside, up with the left, no good. Had a really good look, though, and a little bit of a mistake there made by St. Mary's.
And, you know, when you're talking about second chance points, those are the opportunities you have to take advantage of. When they give you a second chance or even a third chance, use it.
Bounce pass, tough one, out of bounds it goes, off the legs of Anderson. Pacelli decides to have Droik end up throwing this one back into play off from the baseline. Works her way around, fires the three, got it to go. The freshman. 5 points for Jaden, and this is going to be a really big game for her, and I think Coach Allison Smeglick really wants her to really be confident with the basketball and put shots up like that. But the Zephyrs, they are a big three-point shooting team. We'll see if they do it again. And they do. It's Anderson just off the mark. Boxing out for it. Out of bounds. Pacelli will get it back. Down by 3.
That was a smart decision by Droik to let that one go.
Quick inbound pass. Droik driving, penetrates between 2, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line.
When you know, and honestly, obviously, when you play a great team like St. Mary's on the road, you're going to face some early pressure and just, again, this is the toughest test of the year for the Cardinals, and the 3 games that have been in this stretch for Pacelli. Again, they had obviously hosting Lubino Leona, a state qualifier from last year at home. Took care of that one. An impressive win.
Interesting sounds made by the student section.
Yeah, I was just saying that. I don't think I've ever really heard that at a basketball game.
It ended up working as Droik ends up missing. But in courtesy of that 64-38 win that Pacelli had against Wabino, it's going to be, or it was from number 5, Maddie Pionic, for their team. She scored 19 points in that game.
She must have heard you talking about her.
I think they wanted to put her into the game. She was a really big piece off the bench for Pacelli in that game on Tuesday night.
Again, the defensive presence has also stepped up. I think, again, you got to adjust when you're playing a new team. It's not a team that you see, that you're going to probably see again, D4 versus D5, so this won't be a playoff matchup. But this is obviously a tough test, especially on the road. It would be hard at home.
And I think Pacelli understands that, I mean, going into a road game like this, you have a lot to work for in a very young team. Elka fires a 3. I don't see her shoot that many of those, but rebounded by the senior captain, Vaughn.
That was a good rebound, a good aggressive rebound again. There's a difference between being aggressive and physical and dirty, and that was a perfect example of being aggressive. People say, oh, you push and shove, you're dirty. No, if you're fighting for the rebound, I personally believe that each player has the ability to go for it.
Tried to work off of one of those off-ball screens was Pionic, and off the fingertips out of bounds, so the Zephyrs will take it back, and they're still up by 2 points. They've yet to give up the lead here in this game. 12:35 remains here in this first half. Between 2 defenders was Vogel, and over to Anderson for 2 more.
That's good work in the paint. Obviously what Coach...
Quick passes.
Yeah, good pass. Nice pay. Nope. Almost. That was a good pass. It was a good look to Elka.
And Pacelli really likes those transitions. Intercepted by Droik. Droik's going to take it. Fouled. Got the and one. The freshman looking like a junior or senior on this team. So for Jaden Droik, she's already up to 8 points here in this first half out of the team's 10, and has a chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play to make it 9 points for her in the game.
Well, there's a great saying, Brendan. It's anybody can make a difference at any time. It doesn't matter how old you are, how much experience you have. It's who's going to make the big plays when they
rebound.
It's going to be who's going to make the plays when they have to be made. And today we'll find out who that is. Again, this is going to be a good game. I don't think either team has got a guaranteed win here.
And only 2 players have scored the basketball so far for Pacelli. Once again, a steal for the freshman Droik. Droik hangs onto it. And she fires a 3 and takes the lead for the Cardinals early on here in this first half. Jaden Droik, have yourself a beautiful first half.
Well, you're also looking at a 9-2 run
Another one.
9-2 run for Pacelli right now.
Look at the aggressiveness from her. Even falling on the floor, she's able to show that aggressiveness and get back up for it. Error pass, and it's going to be a turnover on the Zephyrs here as Autumn Crow fired that one to the Pacelli bench. So Piontek will inbound it to Droik. And we'll see how the Zephyrs respond to her play. Up with the left. Impressive shot from her.
Well, right now, momentum is on Pacelli. Again, long way to go, but you got to like this effort from Pacelli after they fell down by 6 early.
Absolutely rolling in a foul. And this could possibly be on Shishetsky here. We'll see. They will call it on her. So Haley Shishetsky ends up getting the call for the foul. So going to the free throw line is Emily Vogel. And Vogel able to get this first one to go. Today's game is brought to you by SC Swiderski. An SES apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home.
Maybe I should look into that. I live in the Fox Valley for about half the year, so maybe I need to find a way to work and play in the Fox Valley.
Check out SC Swiderski, Jack.
There we go.
Be pretty good for you. Another reach-in foul here, and Jaden Droik is really taking control.
Oh, no, offensive foul.
Might have got her on a push.
That's what they signaled.
Surprisingly.
I believe it was on Vaughn. It was on Vaughn, so.
I didn't see much of a offensive push or shove in any way. It could have been a moving screen. But a rare foul on Casey Vaughn. She's one of those pretty stagnant players on the defensive side. And Vogel rolling. No foul gets called as Shishetsky falls over. Kind of grabbing her mouth. Might have landed awkwardly there. Tie game.
Refs are letting
Shishetsky has it. Up with the left. Spins around and got it to go. Another freshman getting things done.
So Shishetsky, like Coach K, basically?
It's essentially, but it's not spelt like that.
I don't understand how that man pronounces his last name the way he spells it, but just one of those things.
Pacelli on top by 2, somehow getting underneath. Down on the baseline was Vogel. And Vogel will go back to the free throw line again as she's 1 for 2 here in this first half.
Well, as I've said, we'll let Ms. Vogel shoot first.
Jack showing the courtesy to the other players.
But anyway, what I was going to say is I said is twice. What I was going to say is that it's important to play tougher teams because that's going to prepare you for down the line.
And as we referred to it, this is a Division 5 versus Division 4 matchup. Games tied up now at 17 apiece. So, this is a really big test for this Pacelli team with an enrollment of almost 100 more students less.
This is probably the closest they're going to get to a playoff game in the regular season without, obviously conference opponents. Again, you may play Almond Bancroft or Tri-County or Wild Rose in the playoffs.
And for Pacelli, they're going to be playing Almond Bancroft on Tuesday, and that's going to be another really big game.
Yeah, that kind of tied into my 3-game stretch talk I had earlier when they had Wabeno on Tuesday. They got St. Mary's tonight. They got Almond at home, I believe.
They'll be playing Almond and Almond Bancroft on Tuesday.
So an even tougher test. Again, Almond defending CWC South champions.
Spinning, working around, banks it off the left-hand side of the glass is Emily Vogel.
That almost had a Giannis-like move with the Euro step.
It was impressive. Bounce pass to Van Order. Van Order up off the left side. Got it to go.
Yeah, we always, when I was swimming in high school, we always used to go to this meet in Madison. We'd always lose by a lot of points, but we faced the fastest teams in the state. That's how we got
Three-ball
better.
fired,
Nope.
Anderson, no good.
So it just kind of relates to the fact that if you play better teams, you're going to improve as well. So playing a team like St. Mary's is the perfect thing for Pacelli earlier in the season. Again, you still got about a month and a half left, but it's still a great early test.
That is one thing for sure. And this Zephyrs team, too, they're also coming off of a pretty great win against Oshkosh North. I believe that was on Tuesday. 61-40 was the score. And now a timeout on the floor taken. 19-19, 8:53 to go. We'll send ourselves to our first commercial break. We'll be right back for more girls basketball action on Zaleski.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
And welcome back, everybody. Today's game is brought to you by Point Brewing. The Stevens Point Brewery is a proud sponsor of local high school athletics. Experience the many refreshing flavors of Point Gourmet sodas. Handcrafted in small batches, each flavor is perfected for your enjoyment. From tasty black cherry cream to the world-famous Point Root Beer, every Point bottle is in the house.
Good transition out of the timeout by Van Orden.
Droik, and then another interception.
I swear I've seen about 5 of those tonight.
Droik
just jumping right in front of those passes. Again,
Droik is doing everything that she can on both the offensive and defensive side, but she already has 3 steals in this basketball game. Droik might have been called. Actually, we might have a foul off the ball. And that is what we do have. It's on Lauren Ripley here, so that's her second personal, team 6.
I believe she got a hand on the arm. That's what it looked like. Otherwise, it was either reach and foul or, ooh, there's a fly on my hand. I got to swat it away. So I'm guessing
a little bit of Jackie Chan action there, Jack.
I'm guessing it was probably a reach and foul.
So 21-19, Pacelli has the lead over number 1. Yenter's got it, does a little spin, tries to get around, and couldn't do it, and Ripley gets the board.
Even though it didn't go in, I like that shot. I like that drive to the hoop. I like the take. Again, it didn't go in, but I did like that play from Yenter.
Ever since Pacelli's lone loss to Greenwood, another steal again for Droik. My goodness.
And I know, Brendan, you told me that was a game they could have had.
And I was going to say, ever since that loss, they've really worked on their team in transition, their team synergy, as well as just being able to shoot the free throw, because they really struggled in that game. I believe they only went 6 for 17 at the free throw line in that game. Rebounded, Van Order spinning, fires, no good. Pionik almost had the board. Instead, it's the Zephyrs taking over, and that's Crow with it. Works their way around. Crow fires deep three, no good. Rebound for Pionik. Anderson almost was able to get there in time for the second chance opportunity. Droik penetrates, spinning off the glass. My goodness. 15 points for the freshman here in this first half. And the Zephyrs are going to have some kind of answer for her.
Oh, wow, take it away.
Another steal. Pacelli on the defensive side right now is incredible. Van Order couldn't get it to go. Rebounded, tipped off, and tipped again. And Vaughn, ball's rolling out of bounds. It goes. And that was a dogfight for the basketball between Vaughn and Vogel. Vogel gets back up. All of them are good.
We got a foul. Okay.
I believe that the ball was out of bounds.
No, there's foul on St. Mary's. Said foul on White.
So Pacelli will have the ball.
It'll still be Pacelli basketball.
I'm curious as to where the foul really was. It seemed like it was a fundamental thing of the players going for the basketball in a regular fight for it.
I think if they were just going off who touched it last, it would be St. Mary's basketball, because I believe Vaughn was the last one to touch it. But they called a foul. So,
I mean, that's what I would have thought, too. We got 6:31 to go. Pacelli's on top by 4 points, and this team's really leaving off from where they were on Tuesday and that dominant win.
When you and me were talking today, you told me that Pacelli came out firing. I don't know if you meant from 3 or if you meant just from everywhere, but you told me they came out firing. And, all right, so Vaughn's going to shoot 2 at the line. So Pacelli is now, 1-1. Sorry, Pacelli's in the bonus.
So Vaughn has to deal with the crowd of being away and couldn't get it to go. So Pacelli still only has 3 different players who have scored the basketball, or 4, excuse me. And getting this one to go right off the left-hand side is Audrey Norville. And Norville has 7 points here in this first half. Yenter just missed it. That one looked like it was going to go.
That was a beautiful find from Casey Vaughn. That was a great pass inside.
Crow works their way over to Norville. Norville, pass back to Crow, down inside. It's Vogel. Might have taken an extra step there, but they're going to call the foul first. And she'll go to the free throw line again.
Well, I believe you probably get maybe a step or 2. You don't get 7 like you do in the NBA. But said Giannis is my guy, but he takes way too many steps. Of course, LeBron does too.
Vogel doesn't shoot the free throws like Giannis, though, and takes about 10-15 seconds to get them off.
Seconds or minutes?
Yeah, true. And the second one, able to get it to roll right in there. So 4 for 5 from the free throw lines, Emily. Once again, the Zephyrs trying to apply that full court pressure. Over and back is called, and Allison Smeglig cannot believe that call because, I mean, from our point of view, it looked like it was clean.
I mean, maybe did she have a foot down when she caught it? I don't.
I thought she caught it in midair.
I'm not really sure.
She's still trying to get a reason from the official as to how.
I guess the officials must have seen something we didn't.
Tie ball game, 23 apiece, down in the corner. No good is Norville. And Vaughn's got it and passes it to the middle towards Droik. Pjanic fires, got it to go. Working off that 19-point game that she had against Wabino, trying to continue her dominance off the bench, and a little reverse CD do for Vogel. And a travel violation is going to get called here on Droik.
Well, Brendan, I have a feeling that this is going to be a game of runs. One team is going to...
That's my favorite basketball, Jack. Games or basketball games that have a bunch of runs in them.
Or it's going to be very back and forth. I feel like that each team is going to find a certain part of their game at different parts of this entire period, a half, whatever you want to call it, and they're going to have to use that.
Norville for 3, had the line, just couldn't get it to go. So rebounded by Elka, and Droik's got it, picked up her dribble, passes it to her teammate. So Pacelli's got it back onto their own side here. Tied at 25. Tough pass inside, and
that's good defense.
Nothing was going to be happening with Vogel there. Between defenders is Norville. Someone got her own rebound. Takes it back outside. Vogel fires the 3 off the line. And fighting for the basketball, Droik's got it. Showing the aggressiveness.
And I'll just say, after a good start, St. Mary's has kind of gone cold from behind the line, from behind the three-pointer.
And that is exactly what Allison Smeglik wants her team to do here in this situation. Timeout taken on the floor, but you got to give a lot of credit to both of these teams right now. We have a great game brewing here between number 1 and number 12, 25-25. We'll be right back.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Today's game is brought to you by Point Heating. Point Heating and Cleaning, Stevens Point and Plover, with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Clean or visit pointheating.com. And buy Home Furniture. Turn your house into a home and shop Home Furniture. Home Furniture on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. Brendan Retzloff, Jack Weber here, 25-25 apiece. We have an excellent game brewing here. 19 combined points by freshmen for the Pacelli Cardinals to begin this first half.
Again, I said that, leaders can come from anywhere, no matter how young you are. Obviously, whoa! Sorry.
Quick turnover here, and another tough pass out of bounds, touched by Pionk there. So 4:11 remains in the first half.
As big of a game as this is for the girls, the Pacelli boys have a tough test tonight. They are at home versus Auburndale. The only boys game on the docket tonight here on Zaleski Sports. As I was said in yesterday's show, hosted by our own Jason Zaleski and Dan Ross. Again, that is always available on YouTube, so if you want to tune in and just kind of hear what's going on, what's kind of coming in our schedule. We have some exciting news. We've expanded our area. We're now moving into the Milwaukee area, so we keep expanding. We added Eau Claire last year. We added Wapaka last year.
Very exciting news. Zaleski Sports starting to take over the state.
Fox Valley, we got Kaukauna on our list now. So, again, it's definitely an exciting time for our company. And we want to thank all these schools for taking a chance on us and allowing us to make our family part of yours, and we appreciate that. We always love coming to these games, supporting these kids that are amazing athletes and just playing the games that they love. Good save by Droik.
Droik was spinning around there. Student section starting to get into it here at St. Mary's.
It's out of bounds. I kind of thought Droik got whacked on the arm, but
27-25, Zephyrs regain the lead here. Droik, it almost looked like she thought about firing the shot. She kicks it out.
She's playing just a bit of a good game. I wouldn't blame her, but when you're also in a close game, you don't want to make decisions that could impact your team later in the game. And again, a lot of time left.
Krzyzewski falls over. Droik misses the 17-foot J and rebounded by the Zephyrs.
Well, again, now this is a...
And this is Kate Knackers. Knackers ended up going too high with the pass here out of bounds, and Pacelli is going to get the ball right back.
So you have Van Order and Vaughn coming back in, so back to the starting five. Well, actually, no, not quite. Elka is out now, so this is why I don't talk much.
Pacelli, they've only taken 3 free throws here in this first half, so St. Mary's doing a great job on defense in terms of fouls. They still have 3 to give until the bonus. Vaughn in trouble here, and it's turned over, and the Zephyrs have it, and it's Norville up with the right, and Audrey Norville able to get 2 more points on the board, 29-25. Van Order throws a quarterback pass down the floor. Droik's got it now, spinning, that's her spot, and that is where she can finish.
That is silky smooth, that motion. It almost looks effortless. I mean, that's the second one I've seen of her do tonight. It's an impressive shot, and that's going to be successful for her down the line.
She has 17 points here in this first half, her most ever in a half. 3 from Norville, airballs it off the mark, and Pacelli to get it right back. Just under 2 minutes to go in the half.
And again, for people that aren't familiar with St. Mary Catholic, they're in a conference with some of the teams in the more Sheboygan area, like Elkhart Lake, Kohler, Howard's Grove, Mishicot. So, more, even Manitowoc area, so kind of more around the south, kind of more like the... a little further south from Point, but... Again, they've had a good program. They had a good program last year. They also had a boys team that went to state, so it's a good time to be a Zephyr.
Really greatly built athletic program here in Neenah, Wisconsin, are the St. Mary's Catholic Zephyrs. And Norville was almost able to tip that up and in for the second chance points, but instead Pacelli regains the control right back. And it is Yenter with the basketball at top of the key. Krzyzewski puts up the screen, hands it off now to Droik. Tries to work her way around and find speed. And Piana got the board, and she gets called for a travel as things just looked a little bit off on that offensive possession for the Cardinals.
We can say everything we want here in the booth, but it's a lot harder than it looks. I never played basketball. I think everybody at my high school is glad.
Stolen again, basketball. And it's Droik. It's a 2-on-1 up the floor. Nice pass from Pionic to Droik. And the finish, 19 points for Jaden Droik.
And again, as well as Droik has played, Pacelli at halftime is going to have to ask themselves who else is going to step up. Because obviously at halftime, St. Mary's is going to change their adjustment and probably maybe even start double teaming Droik. I don't know what their approach is going to be, but obviously Coach Chu has built a successful program here, so we're going to see what happens in the second half. But great first half played by both teams, competitive, and pretty much how we viewed this was going to be. And
we're going to see if Pacelli hangs on to the last shot here. I wouldn't be surprised if they do so. Droik, pass to Vaughn, back up top to Yenter. 12 seconds on the game clock in the half. Yenter, high pass, really risky one, and a little questionable, and now the Zephyrs have a chance to get the buzzer beater. It's Norville with it. Passes it. Blocked by Yenter, and Yenter showing the stuff on the defense.
An excellent end to an excellent first half of basketball, and I'm excited to see what the rest of this game holds, Brendan. That's an incredible first half of basketball.
We're all tied up at 29 after one half, so reset that scoreboard to zeros, and we'll find ourselves going into halftime with a very interesting way of looking at how the rest of this game is going to play out between the number 1 team, St. Mary Catholic Zephyrs, and number 12, Pacelli Cardinals. We'll be right back for more on Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
In today's economy, it seems the value of a dollar continues to shrink, while the services offered are getting less and less. Here at Maher Water Corporation, a new high-efficiency system made by WaterCare can help ease the stress on your checkbook. We are always available to analyze and recommend one of these units. So while we can't actually make your money grow, we can make the value of what you get from Maher seem like it.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Well, hi, everybody, back here on Zaleski Sports. 29 all here at the end of the first half. Jack Weber with color, Brendan Retzloff with the play-by-play. Again, defensively wise for Pacelli, great first half played by both teams, eliminating passes inside. Rebounding has been there for Pacelli as well as St. Mary. Again, it's been a very even first half. Obviously, Jaden Droik playing a fantastic first half of base. Why do I keep calling it baseball? Basketball. And the freshmen have really stepped up. Brendan, I guess, what's your first take on this first half as we're all even at 29 here after 18 minutes?
So, we were in commercial break. I was just adding up the point totals, foul totals, turnover totals, and all of that for each of these teams. Pacelli, 8 turnovers in that first half. St. Mary's Catholic has 9 in that first half. So these teams are almost identical in terms of how they've been turning the ball over. But another really big thing to talk about, though, is with Pacelli, they've only had that one main scorer in Jaden Droik with the 17 points in the half. And you were alluding to it many times, Jack. Who is going to be the other player for this team that's going to step up? And if so, if there's another player that steps up for Pacelli, I think they're going to win this basketball game, especially if Jaden Droik can keep rolling how she is right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those players coming off the bench like Maddie Pionik, coming off of that 19-point performance against Wabino. But then for St. Mary's Catholic, when you look at them, they have 3 players that typically score more than 10 points a game in Vogel, Norville, and Anderson. Vogel and Norville have 19 points combined in this game. Vogel has the 10, Norville with 9, Anderson has 4. And in the keys to the game for Allison Smeglik and her team, she wanted to limit only one of those players to 10 points in the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the locker room, Allison Smeglik is talking about ways to shut down either number 4, 10, or 11 for the Zephyrs. But I could almost see this being a game that just keeps going back and forth. I know you said it'd be a game of runs, but I'm interested to hear what you're thinking.
Well, and I think even though the game is tied, I don't necessarily think that maybe Pacelli's jumping around the locker room celebrating. I'm going to guess Coach Smeglik's telling them, look, great first half. We got a whole other half of basketball, and they're going to come at you. St. Mary's is ranked number 1 for a reason. They're undefeated for a reason. There's a reason why they have an average margin of victory of 23.8 points. Yeah, Pacelli has an average margin of victory of 25.5. There's a reason why these two teams have the records they have, and they've showed it because they're competitive. They have similar records. Again, they play in tough areas of the state. Again, Stevens Point, the whole area of that state has got a lot of good teams. This area of the state with the northeastern Wisconsin, when you get down to like Sheboygan, Manitowoc, those areas of the state always have some good teams. You're always going to see a team from that area at the state tournament. So this is a good test for Pacelli. It's going to be interesting to see how they come out of halftime, can they take the momentum from the first half and take it throughout the rest of the second half. Maybe not just the beginning of it, but the entire second half. It'll be interesting to see.
A really great first half of action we saw here. One team, 9-game winning streak, Pacelli Cardinals. The other team, 11 games, 1 in a row, St. Mary's Catholic. 29-29, halftime. We'll send it to another commercial break here, and we'll be right back for more on Zaleski Sports.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford to get started. And when it comes to customized apparel or your local sports team's apparel, who do you turn to? Meta Custom in Stevens Point. From corporate outings to outfitting your club or sports team, Meta has all you need. And Hoff Favor Real Estate is the proud home of Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle, and they're your local Stevens Point realtors. That's Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Realty. And we're going to send it to Pam Oliver. Oh, wait a minute. She's not available. Okay, all right, never mind. We're going to just keep it here. Brendan was saying in the break that he wished we had a sideline reporter. We tried that during football season. We did have that a couple of times.
I actually ended up being a sideline reporter for one of the Amherst basketball games or football games.
That's right, you did. I forgot about that. I remember our own Jack Rosicki did that a couple of times, the other Jack.
And it was actually quite a good time, and I was able to do some commentary down on the field for the halftime show when I believe it was like the younger Amherst Falcons kids, so like the Pee-wee football teams were playing their own recreational kind of game. And I mean, things got really exciting down there on the field. But I mean, it would be nice to have that extra reporter there so we could get words on what each of the coaches said coming out of halftime. But for us, we just have to assume what they would think, or we can just try to get a good look at how they set up their offense and defense going into the second half. But I will say this, for Pacelli, I don't think they care about St. Mary's being the number 1 ranked team. I don't think that's in their mind whatsoever.
And really, Brendan, you can't, because if you put that in your head as that they're number 1, it's almost going to get into your head and you're going to start making silly mistakes, and then this game is going to get away from you.
And we saw that almost happen early on in this one. A lot of silly mistakes from the full court pressure that really scared the team, that it almost looked like, but they really adjusted to it really nicely.
But what I will say is that for as many silly mistakes as Pacelli made in the early goings, St. Mary's matched them. Just with some
+1.
Yeah, with some just some awkward passing, I guess, and I'll get the scoreboard up here.
And here we go. Second half, just about to get underway. The second 18 minutes, all square at 29 apiece here on Zaleski Sports. Jack Weber, Brendan Retzloff here for this one.
Reunited, and it feels so good. That'd be a good name for a song.
That is right. Penetrating between defenders is Norville. And she's able to add to that point total, and she's in double figures tonight with 11. Droik picked up her dribble, high pass, nice catch, and a beautiful pass to Yenter, but she couldn't get it to go, and rebounded by Ripley.
Everything run right on that, except the shot didn't go down. I hate to say it that way, but that's just how it was.
It was a really scary-looking pass.
Whoa, ouch.
And fighting for that basketball.
Little English on that takedown. WWE a little bit.
Pacelli does have the possession, though.
And also I'll add, Brendan, this is the starting 5 back in for Pacelli of Droik, Yenter, Ilka, Vaughn, and Van Order. So
pass gets tipped out of bounds, and Pacelli didn't have many fouls there in that first half that they really needed to worry about. So
no, and even though they were in the bonus, I think towards the end of the half, St. Mary's became a little less foul happy. I hate using that term, because just because you commit a couple of fouls doesn't mean that you are constantly fouling. I don't really know how to phrase that exactly.
Nice pass to
pass
Van
inside.
Order from Yenter. Van Order Euro steps her way into the lane for 2 points.
That's a pretty move. That's a good play by Van Order. Again, I think the pass was maybe not quite exactly where it wanted to be in the beginning of it, but then after she made a couple of moves, she made that nice Euro step. Speaking of nice Euro steps.
That's Emily Vogel. She's up to 12 points in this one. Full court pressure still being applied, but kind of backed off a little bit on it was Jeff Chu's defense. And nice spin. The hesitation move made by the senior Vaughn for her first 2 points of this game.
She made the hesitation move, and the Zephyrs bid on it.
I just loved how patient she was. Intercepted by Droik again. Up with the right, off the glass for 2.
Got 19 now?
That is correct. 19 points for number 22
in
red.
See, I can do math. That
high pass, turnover.
That C in math wasn't a lie. I am average at math. Of course, I'm average at statistics.
Math can be hard.
I think St. Mary called a timeout.
I'll give that to you. Math can most definitely be hard. Pacelli has the 2-point lead, and we'll send things to another commercial break here on Zaleski Sports.
It's simple, but true. Time is money. At Sherrill Tire and Service, we have over 20 mobile service trucks to get you rolling and growing again. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers, your locally owned farm tire dealer.
Stadium Skies. And welcome back, everybody. 35-33. Today's game is brought to you by Nicolet Bank. Nicolet Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Kobe, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicoletbank.com. And by Par 4. Find so many delicious lunch and dinner options at Par 4 Bistro in Waupaca. Perfect for a night out or a treat for the whole family. Find everything you could ask for in under one roof on one menu at Par 4 Bistro on Highway 54 in Waupaca. And we'll have...
I was kind of surprised there was no behind the back called on that, but...
I had a tough time looking at it as I was looking at the ad read, Jack. Reach-in foul. Pacelli crowd wanted a foul to be granted, and they do this time.
That's on Vogel.
So we'll have another inbound from the baseline.
And there it is.
Deep pass. Pacelli executes it nicely. Yenter just has the lane open, almost the rejection. That was almost really clean right there by Ripley. She's up to 3 fouls now, so she's in a little bit of foul trouble here. And Kaylin Yenter will head to the free throw line for the first time here tonight. Really great free throw shooter for this Pacelli team.
And again, I know maybe Coach Smaglick didn't maybe mention this directly, but this is a big part of a game. When you can get these chances, you got to knock down the free throws, especially when you're playing better teams. Oh,
nice rebound made on the offensive side, but couldn't get the second chance points was Van Order, and those are 2 points you really wish you could get.
Yeah, that's tough.
So,
you just shake it off and you just move on to the next play, but it is tough.
Passed
good
it
defense
inside, and the Zephyrs are really starting to work away from
we're
their...
going to have a jump ball, and it'll stay with the Zephyrs.
The Zephyrs are really starting to work away from their three-point shooting that they've been doing.
They started off.
They're really bringing it in the paint.
I'll just say, Brendan, the way they started off from the line, I kind of thought it was from the three-point line. I thought it was going to be a long night, but they kind of cooled down a little bit. Of course, now they'll probably hit 7 in a row.
Nice turnover forced right there by the freshman Droik.
They'll probably hit 7 in a row now that I've said that. But
had Van Order open down low. Yenter just couldn't see her. And Pacelli's got it at the top of the key. Elka over. Vaughn hesitates.
Should have brought my water.
Hopefully Jack's doing all right over there. And another tough way to get into the paint here for Pacelli, and they're going to give it to the star. Nice pass to Elka.
There it is.
Up and in with the left, and Pacelli's starting to add a lot of variety to their scoreboard with 8 different players scoring the basketball now.
Beautiful pass and a beautiful lay by Katie Elka.
3 ball off the mark.
Okay, maybe
nice
I don't have
rebound made, though, and able to put it up and in off of her own miss. Autumn Crow getting it done. And we're going to have a 5-second violation?
That was a quick 5 seconds, my friend. But
am I correct? Isn't that a 5-second violation? Oh, it was a foul.
It's a foul.
Got
I was about
it.
to say, in my head, I was saying that there's no way that could have been 5 seconds. 5 seconds is not that long of time. But
I had my head down on my score sheet, and then I looked up and I heard a foul, and I was like, no way, 5 seconds just went by. 3 ball for Norville. Off the mark. Whoa!
Yikes.
Getting up and after it. My goodness. We're Droik, and I believe that was Anderson. Yeah, it was Noli. So Noli Anderson's up to 2 fouls, but she got up there for that basketball. Really great effort, but nice catch made by Droik. She's looking like... And she's doing everything tonight for Pacelli.
She has been the difference maker. Again, there's always going to be one of those.
Off-ball screen. So Yenter's got to get a bounce pass here to Droik on the right-hand side. Spins, works her way around, passes it back outside to Yenter. Yenter a few dribbles. Still dribbling with it, and she traveled with it. She tried to keep that pivot foot down.
Shuffling of the feet. In basketball, there's really no easier call than that of a travel.
That's been the one really big weakness of Pacelli this year. It's been them traveling with the basketball on some plays. High pass, cross court.
They've been traveling? Where did they go?
They ended up going about 100 miles
Oh,
down the road.
traveling on St. Mary's.
Back-to-back travel violations called here now.
There was some contact, but they called traveling first.
So Pacelli gets the basketball right back. 13:43 to go in the half. Another deep pass. Almost had Van Order.
Well, I think they're trying to counterattack.
Did. Once the foul granted for Pacelli, and Van Order will head to the free throw line.
St. Mary's parents are not happy with the call.
And Jack, I think you're right. That's a great way of countering that full court pressure because all those players, they're down on one side of the floor. If you can get the basketball quickly to the other side,
you have to deal with it somehow.
You can get it done. So Van Order. First shot at the line is good for Ella. She's got 3 points here in the second half. Pacelli extends their lead to 4 points. Try to make it 5. High arcing beautifully.
And I do believe this is Pacelli's largest lead of the night. I don't want to, jump to conclusions or anything. It's just more of a
hesitation and Droik with the rejection.
Stay with St. Mary's, but again, they had a big block at the end of the first half.
They did, and
I believe that
could have saved 2 points on the board. Speaking of 2 points, that's 2 points for Emily Vogel.
I think it was Elka, though, who had the block at the end of the first half.
Spinning once again. Pass back to Yenter. Yenter, one of the great players who gets assists on the team for Pacelli, but she'll take it herself. Couldn't get it to roll in.
Oh, wow.
Nicely rebounded by Pionic and couldn't get it to go. Pacelli got it back and fighting for the basketball. This is what you gotta love in the Division 4, Division 5 1v12 matchup. My goodness.
Yeah, Pacelli earned the possession on that again.
I mean, they were all just fighting for that basketball there. Maddie Pionic and Ella Van Order were just
Had
really
Pionic gotten the bucket on that, she definitely earned it.
3 ball, Pionic just off the netting, out of bounds it goes. So 40-37. This is got the makings of a classic here on Zaleski Sports. Be sure to check out all of our other games as well, but I don't know if you guys might want to check out the other games because this is a pretty great one we have. Noli Anderson for 2. About a 12-foot J she hit right there. 1 point lead for Pacelli.
And you're getting to the point where
double teamed.
Good play.
Got out of the double team nicely. Vaughn up with the left. Couldn't get it to go and rebounded for Vogel.
That hurts a little bit.
That's a tough one there. The Zephyrs are really doing their best work right now on Jaden Droik, getting that double team. The 3 just missed. That would have been a huge made basket for Norville.
Good job by Pionic to keep her feet in. It was kind of one of those
fundamentals.
Kind of one
Droik spinning 3, no good.
Whoa.
Rebounded for Anderson. Gives it off to Vogel. Back down the floor go the Zephyrs. Vogel between 3 defenders. Got her own rebound. Puts it back up and just couldn't get it to go. And she'll shoot 2 free throws. And that foul is going to be on Van Order here.
Number 33, Ella Van Order. That is her first personal. Noli Anderson shooting for the Zephyrs.
And Jeff Chu talking to
4
of the...
Who's it?
4 of his girls there. No one was even lined up at the line off the miss there. It's actually Noli Anderson taking the free throws. For a second, I thought it was Vogel who got the rebound and put it up and missed. I don't know about you, Jack.
I do think it was Anderson.
Got the second one to go.
By the way, we're tied. Little 5-0 run here for St. Mary's.
Pacelli really navigating their way through that full court pressure nicely. Nice pass from the baseline. And going back to the free throw line again is Ella Van Order. So fouls are going back and forth here. And Pacelli about to have their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts here. Or actually 5th and 6th free throw attempts here of the second half, which is already as many as they did in the first. So that first one there missed from Van Order.
Just a bit short. I don't think she quite got the release she wanted.
Couple of substitutions made. for the Zephyrs. Try to get that lead right back. And they do. Ella Van Order having herself a better second half here. 4 points, or 5 points for her. Noli Anderson spinning. Couldn't get it to go, and 3 Pacelli Cardinals were right there underneath the hoop to get that basketball. And that is exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Smeglik for Pacelli in her first year as coach. Pjanic, no good. Underneath, fouled, and Krzyzewski will go to the free throw line.
And again, this is okay too. You want to draw fouls. You want to send him to the line. Again, you're already going to be in the bonus with 11 minutes left here.
I'm not sure who they got the call on the foul there, but that's already 16 fouls on the Zephyrs, and Krzyzewski converts the first.
And as I said, these are big shots, but you got to hit them. I mean, that's a given, but it looks like we're going to have a new player come in.
Do they call that on Ripley?
Number 15 just checked in for Pacelli. I believe it's Cashin. Yeah, her first time in the game tonight, I believe.
Lena Cashin.
I don't believe I've seen her tonight.
Lena Cashin, it is her first appearance. 2 for 2 goes Krzyzewski. Nicely done by the freshman, handling the pressure. Dribble drive inside. Got it to go is Norville. Norville's got 13 tonight. Whoop. Pass underneath. Little bit of hesitation. Call a timeout here probably.
Smart play.
And a timeout is granted to Pacelli, and they needed that one badly before the turnover. 10:49 to go here in the second half. We have a thriller incoming here on Zaleski Sport.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflatiri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
And welcome back, everybody. Today's game is brought to you by Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft, which is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snacks, sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays for Wisconsin's finest cheese stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. The long 2 from Pjanic. And I believe that was a 2-pointer from Maddie.
Yeah, her foot was on the line.
It looked like her foot was on the line there. Nicely judged there by the officiating crew. 3-point lead for the Cardinals. Sideline inbound coming from Sienna Anderson. And it's Norville who has it. Over to Crow. Work the way around downtown. And downtown 3-ball from Sienna is good. She's got 6 points, courtesy of 3-pointers. Another turnover. It's going to be a long 2, no good. Rebounded. And risky pass made there by Vaughn. Got it right back to Droik. That would have been a crazy turn of events. Could have been a 5-point swing. Droik double teamed. Gets it out of the double team to Cashin.
And there's a double team on Droik that I called a bit earlier.
And that's what the Zephyrs need to do to shut her down. They're doing really good at shutting her down here in the second half. Missed the shot, got her own rebound, dribbles inside, falling. Cashin could have put the shot back up, decides to pass on it.
Future Cashin.
Back around. Pjanic deep again, no good. And falling over onto the basketball is Droik. Are we going to have a jump ball or a foul here? It's going to be a foul.
Pacelli basketball.
They're calling a foul on Ripley here, and that's number 4. So she's probably going to be taking a seat on the bench here in the late going into this one as Kate Ackers will enter. And Droik will be shooting a free throw because Pacelli is now in the bonus.
1-1 at the line.
These are her second and third free throw opportunities here in this one. 2 for 2 is Droik to get that 1-point lead back
Pacelli trailing Auburndale in boys basketball 35-32.
Got the second to go. It's a 2-point
Pacelli
lead.
boys in their first action since the Century Classic, where they split with Bondwell and Assumption.
Cross court. Nice quick pass down low. Kicks it back outside. Anderson again. No good. Anderson with the board. And it's up and in to tie the basketball game. So Noli and Sienna getting things done for the Zephyrs. Risky pass again. Almost left it short. Really? Wide open. Down low. It's Pionic. Up and in.
That was a beautiful find from Cashin.
That was a really great assist from her. I agree with you on that, and able to convert the 2 points.
Pass as well from the Zephyrs.
Hesitation, dribbles inside, and no
basket.
Basket will not count, and the foul is going to be on Droik here.
That's the Cardinals' third. No, they didn't even call her in the act of shooting. It was just
it was a foul before the shot. It was almost her putting the elbow into her, and just like that. And Jeff Chu can't believe the call. He's trying to ask for a reason behind that one, and I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, Brendan, honestly, I don't want to totally criticize, but I don't like that call. That really should have been a foul. But, again, we don't make the rules.
Move on from the calls.
You got to just move on.
That's what you got to do.
It's still anybody's
Droik,
game.
Pionic, tough find. Got it to go. Off the bench, she's doing it again here in the second half.
Well, and, you know, Brendan, maybe she heard me. She is stepping up. And
we might have a technical foul here on Jeff Chu here, Jack.
I think they might have called a bench warning. You're getting there. You get a bench. You get a bench warning, then you get a technical.
Jeff Chu gets the bench warning. It's still the Zephyrs basketball.
Wow, I must have that's the third game that's the third game this year I've done where somebody's gotten a technical.
You're just the man of technical fouls to be here, I guess. Maybe it hasn't happened yet. Nice pick.
I guess I just
by
people
Droik off the turnover.
I guess I just make
passes
it
inside to Vaughn.
That was a good catch by Vaughn.
The hand-eye coordination was definitely there. Vaughn kicks it back out. Yenter back up top. Pacelli to reset the offense with 7:55 to go.
Good screen by Cashin. Yenter.
Inside. Vaughn spinning. Nice rejection from Norville. And Norville.
Beautiful block.
Doing things on both ends of the floor here in this basketball game.
That could have been called a foul.
Droik again, just standing up on defense, and we got a tie-up. Down low, jump ball, possession error to the Zephyrs.
Still stay with St. Mary's. Again, I think they're letting them play. There's a lot of contact.
I love it. Let them play their game because there's nothing better than seeing two different identities of basketball be played. Up and under is Anderson.
Anyway, what I was going to say, as long as there's not malicious or contact that wasn't necessarily need to be made, I don't really see the need to blow the whistle. The NBA believes different. You can look at a guy wrong and they'll call a foul, but I don't mind letting them play. You got to eventually. You got to whistle.
Might have a moving screen here on Cashin.
They do, yep. Often.
And I could kind of tell that there was something going on with this screen. Her body was facing towards the other end of the court, and then she turned around with the screen facing the opposite end.
It just kind of looked awkward from the get-go.
So, leading it up the floor is Norville. Norville quick pass inside Anderson. We got a reach and foul, and this might be, it's either Yenter or Pionic on it. We'll see what we got here.
Got anybody in foul trouble, Brendan, I guess is the better question.
Pacelli sitting really clean on fouls here.
Well, that's good.
In this game. Not really any foul trouble to be worried about. Norville trying to find herself on the baseline. Banks it. No good. And fighting for the rebound again. No jump ball tie-up gets called. No travel either. But they let them play.
But I don't think that there should have been a jump ball called because they didn't really fight over the ball. It was kind of more of a, I don't really think there was a true tie-up.
Droik just getting bashed by two defenders of Zephyrs. Blowing wind into her 6:45.
It's a good old-fashioned slugfest, Brendan. Nobody's going away yet.
We are set up for a fantastic finish here. We'll send things to another break. About a minute. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
And we are back, everybody. Here on Zaleski Sports, today's game is brought to you by Rocky Rococo's. For your next catering, birthday party, family night out, or just lunch on the move, make it a delicious, cheesy, Chicago-style deep dish slice from the one, the only Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point. And by Fleet Farm. Get instant savings at Fleet Farm. Skip the wait and save $10 off your next purchase, or save $75 or more in-store or online. Shop now and save on gifts for others, or maybe even a gift for yourself. Shop all your favorite everyday essentials and save at Fleet Farm.
Well, good thing to see out of the break. Coach Chu talking with the referees, and it seems like they cleared the air after that bench warning. So that's good to see. You never want to see a coach get into it with referees all game. Again, we're going to see how the game turns out. But
Yenter spins around, has to get a pass off here, and she's in trouble. She's got to get it off. 5 seconds. Holding on to the basketball after picking up the dribble, and that's one of those fundamentals that you just have to forget about there.
That was a tough spot for her.
The Zephyrs are applying lots of pressure.
Yeah, and they're trying.
And Yenter gets called for a foul here.
I don't hate that foul because she would have gotten past you, so you tried to slow it down. But now this is where it's going to get interesting because the Pacelli is over the limit.
One more foul, and yes, it will be bonus for St. Mary's. The turnover forced. Again, that's 7 turnovers forced in this basketball game by Jaden Droik. Missing the shot. Who's going to get the basketball? Who's going to get a jack?
Oh, whoa!
Out of bounds, and Pacelli will keep it.
Sorry, I don't mean to get too into it, but saw the ball bounce on the line.
I mean, the basketball was rolling around.
I do apologize to St. Mary's fans. Sometimes the inner athlete in me just kind of goes a little
bounce pass into Yenter, fighting for it.
That's
Got it to go. Yenter with the body on Anderson to get 2 points. So here we go.
And honestly, right now,
4-point lead
for St. Mary's, you want a 3.
And there's the 3.
No
Can
good.
it be done? It cannot.
For it. We're going to have a
jump ball. Again, possession arrow goes.
Be Pacelli basketball.
Were you about to say baseball again?
Yeah. It's been a long week. New Year's, swim training camp starting.
Speaking of New Year, Happy New Year to you, Jack.
Yes, Happy New Year to you too, partner. Glad that we got to work together. We don't get to work together as much as I'd like to. We used to work together all the time when we were in Wapaka.
That was a really great time that we had down in Wapaka over there.
No, Brendan's the new Pacelli guy. He was Amherst last year for basketball, but
yeah, we're just going everywhere. I mean, we might be traveling as much as NBA players do on the floor.
I've been to Marathon.
Vaughn the inbound and off the foot.
Kickball.
Off the foot of Crow, I believe. So it does stay here with Pacelli Droik to inbound. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second half. Droik fires a 3. Oh my goodness. She's feeling it. She's dancing. And she has every right to be dancing on that one. It's a 7-point lead for the Cardinals.
She was dancing?
She was.
I thought I was the only one who danced after I did something good in sports.
The 3. The response no good from Anderson. But getting it right back. Shot not going to count. On the floor is the foul. And it's going to be
But she'll go to the line regardless because they're in the bonus.
I believe the foul will be on Vaughn here.
I don't know. I can't. All I heard was wow, 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 wow.
I didn't see who it was on.
It kind of sounded a little bit like the adults from Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah.
The classic, the Peanuts collection. Here we go. Well, off the miss and the bonus. Pacelli gets it right back, and Droik is playing point guard. Vaughn sets a screen, rolls out. Another screen set, rolls out again. Tough pass. and it's going to be another turnover.
Oh,
Vaughn with the aggressiveness almost got it back, but the Zephyrs have
almost
it.
a great play from Casey Vaughn trying to read that pass.
It was 17 points in that first half
and
from Droik.
I'm just telling you, Brendan.
And only 7 in the second half for Jaden Droik, but that three-pointer was huge.
I'm just telling you, Brendan, right now the Zephyrs have gone ice cold from the field.
Ever since they made those first 2 3-pointers in that second half, in the first half, they've only made 2 since. So you're most definitely right, Jack. And a turnover could be forced here at half court. Things always get dicey around here.
I was about to say, are they going to blow the whistle?
They just want to let them play. And, I mean, they have every right to be playing.
Kind of looked a little bit like a game of hot potato there. They kept kind of transferring the ball in between each other. Hot potato, hot potato.
So Pacelli trying to extend their lead, and this is their largest lead of this game. 7 points. Could possibly get into double figures right here. Droik really quick with the feet. That might be when those dance moves come in handy. Quick reaction, delayed a little bit, and it's a 3-on-1 down the floor, and it's a foul. And going to the free throw line is going to be Norville.
That's one of those tough plays, but I don't believe that was Vaughn down there. Is that who took the?
Yeah, it was Vaughn.
I don't think her feet were set. Again, it's one of those calls that had it been the other way around, I could have agreed with it as well. But I think the right call was made with the block.
She was in a really difficult spot there. When you have a 3-on-1 like that on offense, I mean, the person with the basketball has an option on one end and an option on the other. She's decided to stick with it and draw the foul, and it is nicely done. Still remains 7-point game. 2 missed free throws, and those are really big misses.
That hurts.
Right there, Jack.
Ow, that hurts.
Down the floor go the Cardinals. Cross court to Yenter. Yenter hesitates, hangs onto the basketball, and now dribbles. Tapped by Crow. Kicks it back out. Back to the key. And Pjanic picks up the dribble. Kicks it out now to Elka. 4 minutes remain in the second half. Elka not looking for it. It was a beautiful pass from Yenter.
Oh, wow.
And out of bounds, and Pacelli gets lucky and will keep the basketball.
Yeah, Anderson, I think, just lost the handle. She knew it because she did the my bad thing at the end of the play.
That pass from Yenter, though, to Elka was money.
That was an incredible pass.
But Elka just didn't see it coming to the breadbasket. So here's the inbound from the baseline for the Cardinals.
We're entering the danger zone, Brendan, if you're St. Mary's.
High pass. Yeah, getting close to that. Maybe you got a foul time, but
not quite. Not quite. 7 points is not insurmountable.
Basketball is a game of runs, so anything can happen in a very quick amount of time. Van Order's got it. Pacelli taking their sweet, bitter time.
That's what you can do. You can take that. That's the only thing about not having a shot clock.
Van Order hands it off to Droik, spinning between 2 defenders. She got it to go. Jaden Droik. Wow. 9-point lead for Pacelli.
This is by far
St. Mary's got to make a response here. The 3, no good. Tipped out of bounds. Who was it on?
Pacelli. Wow.
Pacelli's basketball.
This is by far one of the most impressive performances we've seen from one of our road teams in an environment like this.
And this is a crazy environment here. Tough inbounds, and that's a scary area to be in. It's a reaching foul.
You got to love high school sports, man. This is...
Jaden Droik will go to the free throw line.
I mean, the freshmen of Pjanic and Droik leading the way. I mean, this is... You can't make this stuff up, man.
I'm going to try to get a point total quick here.
I believe, 23 for Droik?
26 points in this basketball game.
I'm not giving her enough credit.
And she could not get the friendly roll. I thought she was going to. By the way, she's been playing tonight. She's also been hot from three-point land. She's gone 3 for 5 from three-point land in this game.
Oh, I thought there was nobody in the corner.
And intercepted by Yenter. And things are starting to get a little scary for the Zephyrs here. 9-point lead for the Cardinals. Under 3 to go. Yenter fake hands it off, spinning, fires it up, and a charge. And Allison Smegler can't believe the call. And some of the away crowd also in disagreement.
I don't think her feet were
with
set.
it.
I don't think her feet were set.
I don't
Brandon.
think her feet were set either. That's a dicey call to make. But once you stick with it, you got to go with it. Norville passes it around inside, wide open. Anderson got it to go for 2.
That's a big bucket in this part of the game.
Noli Anderson is absolutely carrying this effort here in the second half.
The only reason
11 points for her. Yenter falls over, reach-in foul called, and Yenter will go to the free throw line as the call is made on Anderson, and she's up to 3 fouls.
I just like how you said that. Yenter falls down.
I mean, I feel like a bunch of players keep falling down on the floor.
It's an aggressive game.
This is a game
This is by far one of the more aggressive games that I've seen refs.
Yenter gets it to go, and that's a clutch free throw right there.
And you're going to probably see a lot of more. Again, the thing about this is the 10 fouls. I believe that's 17 team fouls for St. Mary's.
Second one couldn't go. Defensive rebound. Pacelli averages 57.5 per game. St. Mary's averages 65 points per game. 3-ball from Norville. No good.
They have gone.
And that is not where you want to be missing shots right now.
They have gone.
Intercepted, though. The turnover. Crow with the aggressiveness to Norville. Up with the lefty and one for Audrey Norville. That's a big and one right there. It's a 6-point game under 2 minutes remain. The foul on Droik.
You said that you don't want to miss those shots at this point in the game. Well, she said nothing home yet. Norville,
the senior right now, with 16 points in this ball game. Try to make it 17 and make it a 5-point game. It is. Timeout taken by Jeff Chu. So, should we leave things here with the fans here watching?
Yeah, let's just talk a little bit. Feel like it's too good. Or we could just let Bob Seeger talk as well. Yeah, and hitting the end of this one. And, this is one of those games with whoever loses this one, it's going to hurt for a little bit.
It'll definitely be a stinger for one of these teams. But either way, these are possibly two of the best teams that we're seeing in state play, and we can most definitely see both of these teams be playing in Madison, just not against each other.
Actually, I think it'll be in Green Bay.
Oh, it's in Green Bay. That is right. I was thinking Madison because of the guys.
Of course, I don't know when the contract ends because the girls will play in Madison once again, but I don't know when that's going to be. I think there's still a couple more years where the girls will play at the Resch Center, and the boys will continue to play at the Kohl Center. Then the boys will go play at the Resch Center, and the girls will go play at the Kohl Center because the girls used to play at the Kohl Center.
If Pacelli can hang on to this win, Jack, I will tell you this might be one of their best wins.
We've seen really, really cool. You could be like my mom, who played at the UW Fieldhouse at state. So
that is definitely a very cool experience for your mom. Definitely have that athletic build to you, Jack.
Got to get
Tough
it in
inbound. Droik with a nice catch. She falls over, but it's a travel. So it's a turnover. Allison Smegler can't believe it. She gets on the floor. She's talking to the official, and
there was a lot of contact.
That was dicey, man.
A lot of contact.
I don't know.
But did she shuffle the feet?
Time to get the inbound.
Again, when we don't have video review, it's really tough for us to really put a perspective.
Norville, that goes off the bottom of the backboard, and it's a turnover. And what a turnover right there from the Zephyrs.
A couple of Pacelli girls started to celebrate. Coach Schmeglick said, "You got to calm down." Still anybody's game. They got to get it in quick.
Pionk again. It's a 5-second violation. It's back-to-back turnovers from Pacelli. And they're starting to really feel that pressure. And the student section of the Zephyrs is getting into it. High inbound pass. Nicely
This game isn't
caught.
over. This game is not over, Brendan.
1:45 to go. Norville, the three. Deep. Got it to go. It's a 2-point game. 57-59. Falling over and shooting free throws to going to the free throw line is going to be Droik. And Pacelli was looking for that one for so long. But how about the three-pointer from Audrey Norville or just being able to find herself open in the corner there and fire it and swish it.
They struggled for most of the game, but that was by far the biggest shot of the game for St. Mary's, and it came at the best time.
And this is going to be the advantage here for St. Mary's. In clutch time, they have the veterans on their side. Pacelli, they don't.
And I wouldn't be surprised if...
Got both of them to go, though. That is huge. 4-point differential.
This is a big possession for St. Mary's. Oh, she throws it
off the legs.
Oh,
almost turned over. Anderson cross court, high arcing over his Crow.
This is good defense being played by
Crow.
Pacelli.
Double team. Timeout taken by Jeff Chu. We'll keep things with you guys once again, but oh my goodness. You're talking about a thriller of a game we have here brewing. I'm going to try to add up some point totals here.
Well, again, you
can
do
go
that.
through sponsors.
No, I was actually going to say, yeah, don't tell me what to do. I was going to say some games we got on the docket tonight. Some wrestling action. Auburndale versus Stratford, Edgar versus Marathon. Then in hockey, it is Wapaka versus Mosinee, Pacelli versus DC Everest, Spash versus Wisconsin Rapids League, and that's a big matchup in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Two of the best teams in that conference. Menominee and Eau Claire Memorial. Then for girls basketball, we got Menominee Indian and Amherst, Columbus Catholic Greenwood, Stratford Auburndale, and for boys basketball, Auburndale Pacelli. So again, you can look at all those scores on ZaleskiSports.com. We'll have them all posted tomorrow. Otherwise, you can tune in live. After
Corner three ball, Anderson.
Oh,
in and out it goes. Out of bounds. Who had the ball last? It's a jump ball. I thought it was out of bounds first before the jump ball tie-up. Possession arrow does go to the Zephyrs. So to inbound it.
Oh, wide open.
Crow for three. Just off the mark. A little too strong. Out of bounds. It's out of bounds on Pacelli. Staying with the Zephyrs. But Jack, 29 points in this game for Jaden Droik. 8 for Maddie Pionic. 4 for Haley Shashetsky. And 7 for Ella Van Order. So the younger players for Pacelli getting it done. Anderson, deep three. Missed it. I don't know why they keep taking the three.
Oh, rejected!
Kaylin Yenter says, get out of my face. I'm taking myself to the free throw line. She's had a few really big rejections in this game, Jack.
That's not where I thought you were going with that. I'm going to be perfectly honest. She said, get out of my face. I'm taking...
There are a few other different ways we could have gone with that one. Just under a minute to go. It's crunch time. It's clutch time as well.
Yenter's shooting.
Yenter bounced it off. No good.
This is missing that one is big for St. Mary's, but this is a huge. Again, St. Mary's still has 2 timeouts left. It's only a 4-point game.
Kaylin Yenter 2 for 4 from the free throw line tonight. Got it to go.
That's a huge free throw.
Now that almost might force a three-pointer.
You need I hate to say it, as bad as they've shot from three, they need it, and they can't take too much time.
I think they got to get the ball to Norville. Norville, she's been the hot hand from that spot. She takes it. The three. It's on the line. It's good.
Got it.
Audrey Norville got it to go. It's a 2-point game with 39 seconds to go.
Can you say ice cold water in your veins?
I was telling you. I was saying that she's the one to take the shot, and she was the one. She shot that from very near to college or NBA range, and that was right on the money for Audrey Norville, the senior.
Yeah, the shot St. Mary's had to have. 38 seconds left. We got a 2-point game. Again, I will say this, is that St. Mary's has kind of come back from the dead.
They have 22 points for Audrey Norville here in this basketball game.
But again,
13 in the second half.
You knew that this wasn't going to be an easy win for either team. No team was going to give up. The Zephyrs finally found their stroke from the three-point line. I mean, I got to say that. They finally found it. They had missed it for probably about the last 25 minutes, but they were able to figure it out, and
this has the makings, Jack, to be a classic. You know Jeff True is going to put on that full court pressure again on Pacelli, and you know that Allison Smeglik she knows that he's going to put that full court pressure.
Coach Smeglik has got to make sure that they don't run into what happened last time. They got fortunate that I don't think either of those possessions really amounted to much.
Pionic to inbound it, working off of a screen.
She got to get it in there.
Yenter's got it. She's going to pass it cross court. Nicely done. Elka got it.
Oh, wow,
Pocketed almost.
that is fortunate.
Pacelli got it back. Droik has it in her hands. 30 seconds to go. Droik double team.
They're not fouling.
Almost into the corner. Timeout taken by
timeout.
Smeglic.
Smart play.
And now Pacelli has the basketball on their own side, so it's going to be an easier inbound. You'll have more court to work with here, but 25 seconds to go, and things are starting. And the energy is starting to really pick up here in this gym.
Again, what I will say is, St. Mary's, you could probably let maybe about 5 seconds run off, but then you got to foul if you don't get a turnover on the inbound, because you don't want to take too much time off the clock. Again, scoring points in a short amount of time is hard enough, but mix in making it a 2-point game with maybe 11 seconds left. Now you have to try to rely that they're going to miss free throws, which has happened, but you can't rely on that.
And I like the fact that Jeff Chu decided for his team not to foul in the goings of that possession, because you could easily force a turnover to happen. It's only a 2-point game, so I mean, in a 2-point game, there's so many different scenarios you can go through, and I just love the call that he had for them to not foul. But like you said, if a little too much time goes off that clock, you foul?
I think 5 seconds is the max you can do. Again, if you
off the clock?
Off the clock. I think 5 seconds. I think 5 seconds is going to be the max.
Where about
that'll put you at 20?
Coach Smeglic has to move by the referees here, and this is it. The inbound. Fans getting on their feet here in Neenah. Pionic inbounds to Droik. She's the hot hand.
There we go.
Almost had a jump ball, but it's a reach-in foul on Norville. So into the double bonus, 2 free throws.
23
and
seconds.
And these are huge clutch time free throws for the freshman with 29 points. Got it to go to hit 30. What a star we have in the makings here in Jaden Droik. Only a freshman. Career high points. 31.
Here we go.
And 2 big free throws. It's a 4-point lead. Got to go down the floor fast. Here we go. Anderson cross court. Norville in the 3-point land. Shoots it. Fires. Off the mark. Out of bounds it goes. And 12.7 remains. There's still time on the clock for anything to happen. Pionic to inbound it.
Won't let me reset the clock, so we'll just...
12 seconds, reach and foul, and quick foul right away, smartly done. And it's by Norville. That's her second.
All right.
But Jaden Droik is the one you can't have go to the free throw line if you're the Zephyrs, because of how great
she's got 31 points.
She's got
31 points tonight for a reason. Here we go.
Just a star-studded performance.
No good.
Off the mark on that one, though.
Here's the thing: if she misses this, you get a rebound. You got to go quick. You can't. I think maybe if you take 5 seconds off, that you still got a chance.
The Zephyrs will definitely have to take the ball right away. Makes the free throw. Here we go. 11 seconds to go. Zephyrs down the floor. Norville pass to Anderson. Anderson has to get the ball around somehow. It's a turnover out of bounds, and the Pacelli Cardinals have things looking great for them to get the upset over number 1. Pionic inbounds it to Vaughn. No foul. And that's going to be it. The Pacelli Cardinals get it done. 10 straight victories and end the number 1 team's 11-game win streak on the season. 65-60, the final score. Stay tuned, everybody, for a Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy, get your fresh cheese curds made daily. Marshfield Curtis or NasonvilleDairy.com. I'll be interviewing with Coach Smeglic and player of the game, likely to be Jaden Droik. We'll be right back.
3 words, folks. What a game. We'll be back in about 3 minutes.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
You got it done. That was great, man. You guys are feeling it. Like, you guys are working together so well. Like, even being in moments like that where it's like clutch
folks.
pressure time.
Brendan's just talked with the coach right now, but we're all set to go.
You guys are amazing at handling all the pressure.
And right now, it's not. They're not bothered by knowing where they are in state or that this is a Division
I was saying that in the
team,
broadcast, yeah.
And that's something good because, like I said, like jitters can come out if you're like, oh my god, that's a 4th team ranked in the state. They got to state last year, like. I
For
mean,
sure.
They could shut down, and they did it. They just fought through a lot of adversity.
It was amazing. We're good to go. All right, welcome back, everybody. Joined by the victorious head coach, Allison. This was an incredible game from you guys from the start, all throughout. I mean, one of your players, they did score 31 points in this ball game. I don't know if that's a Pacelli record out of a team, but what can you say for the performance of this team? I mean, in and out.
It leaves me speechless sometimes. I'm extremely proud of these girls. They fought through some adversity, some nice runs that they came at us with, and they could have easily shut down, got scatterbrained, but they continued to follow the plan. They executed. Our free throws are still a little concerned, but we knocked them down when we needed them. And Jaden shows a lot of toughness out there, and I think with her toughness and Casey's toughness, the other girls see that, and they bring toughness as well too.
You guys forced about 9 or 10 turnovers in that first half, like 5 of them coming from Jaden. But I mean, yeah, I saw the aggressiveness all the way throughout your entire team. But you said the keys to stopping this team were going to be to have them have a tough time shooting the 3 ball, force only one of their players to score 10 or more points. I think they had 2 or 3 score 10 or more points. You guys still got it done, though. Free throws, you said, were another big thing. And scoring in transition, which you guys were able to do. So with how hot your team is, winning 10 straight games here in the season. Don't even think about that loss to Greenwood whatsoever.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So.
Like, what do you have to say about how hot you guys are?
I think, you never want to lose games, but I think, looking back on it, that Greenwood loss might have really sparked it for us and turned around, especially with taking care of the basketball a lot more. And they're aware. I constantly tell them that we can win and lose games with free throws. We can also lose games depending on how many turnovers we have. So we've really focused on that in practice. We've cut that down. Free throws are going to be a thing that we're continuing on focusing on. But yeah, I love when we do the 2-3 and having Jaden and Casey, our two athletic girls, be up at the top, and you can tell they play volleyball. But those people get everything going for us. And I'll mention too, Maddie is really helping us with the winning right now. She's stepping into a big role coming off the bench. I have high expectations for her, and she's really doing really well.
I just love that it's a whole team contribution to this game. One more question from this game, and then we'll get into what's going to come up on Tuesday. But in this game, Norville made that big three-pointer to make it a 2-point game. What did you tell your girls going into that timeout?
So first of all, I told them, we got to guard the three. They're going to shoot deep. Unfortunately, it was a really deep shot, so I let it go. At that point, you say, hey, good shot. Let's move on to the next play. They caught on to our press breaker a little bit, so I changed it up to kind of throw them off. And, Maddie or Kaylin underneath or Ella, they were making good passes. At times they were a little, nervous and just with lob passes, but they were making the right passes, getting it to the right person. And so I'm really proud of them. That was the thing, we can control what we can control. Do we control if we turn the ball over? Yes, we do. Do we control if we get the ball and they follow us and don't call it? No, we don't. So it was a lot of let's control what we can control.
You guys were able to get it done. But Tuesday, Allman Bancroft, another ranked matchup. I know you're not thinking about rankings at all. That's what you said about your entire team. You said it on Tuesday too, but that's a big game coming up on Tuesday. Conference matchup. What do you think going into that?
Yeah, so I said tomorrow and Monday are going to be big focus practice for us. We're not going to go hard, but our main focus, we've had this one on the calendar since the beginning of the year. Coming in as a new coach, the girls have been constantly saying Allman is the team, Allman is the team. It's a big rivalry game, and we're lucky that it's going to be at home. So hopefully we get a big crowd to come out and support us. But if we continue to play how we are right now, there should be no concern with that game.
And you guys, you're rolling. 10 straight victories. Congrats on the win, Coach. Hopefully we can get our player of the game here, Jaden Zdroik, because I'm sure that we would love to get an interview with her.
You're looking for Jaden? Can you grab Jaden real quick? No, she's right there. Jaden.
Where's our volleyball basketball player at?
You said she had
31.
That's a freshman record.
Welcome to the Highlight House, Jaden. I know you've already been in it before. 31 points in this game. What do you have to say for yourself? That's a freshman record, by the way.
We knew it was going to be a good game, and I just wanted to come out ready to play them.
I could tell that the aggressiveness was there all throughout. Every single player on this team, and even you. I saw you getting up there with those volleyball abilities that you have. You had so many, spinning three-pointers that you made, even the spinning shots off the glass. I mean, your performance was amazing. What do you have to say for your team, though? You guys beat the number 1 team in Division 4, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, it feels really good. I mean, we keep going strong, and we're going to take it one game at a time and just keep going, keep pushing through.
I can tell that emotions are kind of getting to you right now. So just tell me what you're feeling right now.
Really good. I mean, we knew this game was going to be tough, and we really had a lot of confidence, but yeah.
Tuesday, Allman Bancroft is next. I know you haven't had that kind of rivalry matchup yet. How much are you looking forward to that? I'm assuming a lot. You can answer that for me too, but then after that, how much confidence do you have in this team going into that game?
I have a lot of confidence. I mean, we're on a winning streak right now, and I do believe we'll keep it going.
10 straight wins. I'll put you in the highlight house.
I'm Jaden Strike, and I'm in the house.
Fantastic game. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here on Zaleski Sports. Thanks for tuning in to this incredible matchup between the Pacelli Cardinals and St. Mary's Catholic Zephyrs. Number 1, number 12. Number 12 getting the W, 65-60. From all of us here at Zaleski Sports, Brendan Retzloff, Jack Weber, we say so long, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful night, everybody.